Well, Agatha All Along left us with quite a few details setting up the future of the MCU. Wiccan set out looking for his brother Tommy, Agatha is now a ghost, and Jennifer Kale flew off into the horizon. And that might be the most interesting detail. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about the future of the Jennifer Kale character, where she fits in, and why Marvel's big supernatural team-up is likely her next stop. Well, in Agatha All Along's penultimate episode, it was revealed that the Witch's Road was not what it seemed. Now, we're going to dive into some spoilers here from Agatha, so if you haven't watched it yet, I'm going to give you a little bit of a warning, but the show's been out about a week now, and I think most people are up to date. Now, we found out that the Witch's Road was actually created by Billy Maximoff, and in that same episode, that Agatha was the person responsible for bounding Jennifer Kale. Now, if you remember correctly, Jennifer set upon the Witch's Road to regain her lost powers, and ultimately, when she emerged at the end, just outside of Westview, while she flew off into the sunset, and I'm very sure that isn't the last time we're going to see her in the MCU. Now, if you're familiar with the Jennifer Kale character in the comics, she has a pretty deep relationship with some of Marvel's supernatural heroes. One of those supernatural heroes is definitely Ted Sallis, aka Man-Thing. Now, we were introduced to Man-Thing inside the MCU during Werewolf by Night, and I think this relationship is going to be something that plays huge in the future of both characters. Now, Marvel has been setting up their supernatural team-up, and I think that's where all of these pieces come together. Jennifer Kale's relationship with Man-Thing, I believe, will also establish a nice relationship with Werewolf by Night and be a core part of the framework for Midnight Suns. Now, basically, the Midnight Suns are Marvel's supernatural Avengers, and in the comics, Kale has been associated with the team, just not as one of the primary faces. Now, what's interesting is recently the actress Sashir Zamata was talking with Collider about the Witch's Road and where she could possibly show up next. Now, as far as the Witch's Road goes, she basically revealed that she thinks that Jennifer, although probably pretty pissed that Billy invented the road, would ultimately be satisfied because her goals were met and she got her powers back, which was what she set out to do. In all reality, until she's told the road wasn't real, that was real to her, and she has no idea it was created by Billy Maximoff. So moving forward, it doesn't really need to be addressed, although it could be something that swings back around should her, Billy, and Agatha somehow cross paths in the future. Where she shows up next, well, that's the big question. She doesn't have the most robust comic book history, but like I said, has a pretty close relationship with Man-Thing. Now, when she was asked in that interview where she thinks she could show up next, and whether she could show up in Midnight Suns, she did hint at a team-up when asked about her MCU future. She said, "I don't know. She can go anywhere. I would love to see her go anywhere. I'd love to see more of her backstory in the past. I would love to see her future. Is she going to find a coven, a new team of people to work with? Is she going to rededicate her life to healing people? I would love to see where we go after this." It was left so open-ended. I love playing this character so much, and I think people really love seeing the art and seeing her get what she came for. I would love for her to see her actually use the power she just regained. Now, like I said, it really does seem like Marvel has put another key piece for Midnight Suns on the board, and honestly, she would fill that slot nicely. Now, in the comics, she's also a cousin to Johnny Blaze, and that is another character many people are wondering could be part of Midnight Suns, and a nice interconnected thread between her and some of these other characters. With her relationship with Man-Thing, as well as being related to Johnny Blaze, that kind of ties the team together in a different way than the Avengers, and honestly, the Midnight Suns are where Marvel is going because Iger has made it really clear. Those Avengers franchises, and Midnight Suns is basically one, is where they make all their money. So don't think she flew off into the sunset and they kept the character alive for any other reason than to have her show up someplace else, and that is the logical place to land. Obviously, we're going to have to wait to see when Jennifer Kale shows up again. Her comic book history allows for a ton of flexibility, and this casting did resonate with audiences, so I do believe she will be back. But I am curious on what you guys think. Do you think she shows back up in Midnight Suns, or Marvel finds a way in another, maybe Halloween special, to team her up with Man-Thing and Werewolf by Night? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Now, before you take off, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, ring that bell for all the updates, and make sure you get every notification because we do daily Marvel and DC content and we don't want you to miss any news.